Hi there, this is Vadim from Online Training for Everyone. In this video, we'll explore most common general intelligence assessment test questions. One thing before we start. No, I'm not asking you to subscribe, even though you can consider doing it. During this video, I'll make sure your brain is excited as part of the school mental workout to make you smarter. Let's go ahead and get started. In this question, you're presented with reverse pyramid. First row in the pyramid has numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. See the pattern here? Second row has numbers 4, 6, and 8. Third row has numbers 12 and 16. And then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 30, choice B, 31, choice C, 32, and choice D, 33. When you have your answer ready, I'll walk you through the solution. Let's begin. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the pattern here is extremely simple. I presented the values to you in the rows, but the numbers here are calculated from top to bottom, moving from left to right. Let's take a close look at the numbers 1, 2, and 4. 1 plus 2 plus the increment of 1 equals 4. And the reason for that is that each number in the row below is determined by adding the numbers directly above it along with the additional increment value. And as you might have guessed, for the calculations in the second row, the increment is plus 1. Let's look at another example. 2 plus 3 plus 1 equals 6. 3 plus 4 plus 1 equals 8. The only thing that changes for the second row is that the increments becomes 2. Let's look at the calculations. 4 plus 6 plus 2 equals 12. And 6 plus 8 plus 2 equals 16. And you know what time it is? It's the magic time to calculate the missing number. 12 plus 16 plus 3, which is new increment, equals 31. So the correct answer here is choice B, 31. Here's the question interviewer might ask you to test both your business knowledge and analytical thinking. Let's see if you know the answer. How well do you know the origins of some of the world's most valuable companies? Which company started in a garage? Believe it or not, the answer might surprise you. And you need to select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, Amazon. Choice B, Apple, choice C, Google, and choice D, Facebook. Here's the deal. Review this question carefully, just like you would in a real test. Make sure to choose your answer before time runs out. And when you have your answer ready, we will walk through the solution together. Let's begin. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope you did not select answers A or D. Amazon was started in Jeff Bezos' rented house in Seattle, and Facebook was launched from a Harvard dorm room. But if you have selected Apple or Google, you are right. In fact, there are 2 correct answers to this question. Apple's humble beginnings in the garage highlight its remarkable journey to becoming one of the world's largest tech companies. And Google was also founded in the garage in Menlo Park. So the correct answers here are choices B, Apple, and C, Google. Not sure about you, but to me this question feels like running a marathon. The first few miles are the hardest, but with each step you build the stamina to keep going. Make sure you stay strong and you will cross the finish line. You need to find the percentage of the number. What is the 2% of 300? What is the 40% of 90? What is 25% of 160? And 50% of 48. Your choices for the answer are choices A, B, C, and D. Make sure you carefully review the question just like you would in a real test. And lock in your answer before time runs out. Once you're done, I'll join you on the other side and we'll go over the solution together. Remember, we're running the marathon. Ready, set, go. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? Remember, we need to stay strong so you can cross the finish line. And did I forget to mention that we're doing it without the calculator? Well, let me equip you with all the tools necessary for you to succeed. We'll solve each problem one by one, starting with the simplest one. What is 50% of 48? Wouldn't it be half of 48? And what is half of 48? It's 48 divided by 2, which could be calculated in your mind and would equal 24. The second simplest one is 20% of 160. Always remember that 25% is nothing else than the quarter of a number. And what is quarter of 160? It's as simple as 160 divided by 4. And the result is 40. Let's move on to the next one. What is 40% of 90? To solve this problem, we need to drop 0 from both numbers. 40 multiplied by 90, after dropping the zeros, would be 4 multiplied by 9 and would be equal 36. And then the last one is 2% of 300. We solve it exactly the same way as the previous one. We need to drop 2 zeros and multiply the numbers. 2 doesn't have any zeros, but 300 has 2 zeros. So 2 multiplied by 300 would be converted to 2 multiplied by 3 and would equal 6. Now let's recap. 2% of 300 is 6. 40% of 90 is 36. 25% of 160 is 40. And 50% of 48 is 24. And the correct answer here is choice D, 6, 36, 40, and 24. You're presented with amazingly cool looking pentagon. It has number 2 in the middle, and on the outside it has numbers 1, 3, 6, 10, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 14, choice B, 15, choice C, 16, and choice D, 17. Here's what we're gonna do. Review this question carefully, just like you would in the real test. Make sure you choose your answer before time runs out. And when you're done and your answer is ready, I will walk you through the solution and we'll compare our choices. Let's begin. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the pattern here cannot be any easier. Calculations begin with number 1 at 1 o'clock. To find the next outer number, add the initial outer number, which is 1, to the middle number, which is 2, and then to an increment. For the first calculations, the increment starts at 0 and then increases by 1 with each step. Let's look at the example. 1 plus 2 plus 0, which is the increment, equals 3, which is the next number. 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is the next increment, equals 6. 6 plus 2 plus 2 equals 10. And you know what time it is? It's the magic time to calculate the missing number. 10 plus 2 plus 3 equals 15. So the correct answer here is choice B, 15. Are you excited for more? Especially now as you know how to solve these types of challenges. Try this question to see how you would do. You're presented with amazingly cool looking pentagon. It has number 3 in the middle, and on the outside it has numbers 2, 6, 11, 17, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 21, choice B, 22, choice C, 23, and choice D, 24. Once you've calculated your answer, share it in comments and I'll give you my feedback. Have fun with this intriguing challenge. Let's approach this question with curiosity, not fear, as another step toward your ultimate goal. Trust in your preparation and let your effort shine through. You're presented with the sequence of numbers, and you need to determine the missing number. The numbers in the sequence are 3, 7, 15, 31, and then comes the missing number, which you need to determine and calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 61, choice B, 63, choice C, 65, and last but not least, choice D, 67. Here's the approach. Go at your own pace, just like you would do during the real test. And when you're finished, we'll review it together, and I'll walk you through the solution step by step. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? I hope you are, since the pattern here in this question is extremely simple. To calculate the next number, you need to double the previous number and add 1. Let's look at the example. To get from 3 to 7, we need to double 3, which would equal to 6, and add 1, which would result in 7. To get from 7 to 15, we need to multiply 7 by 2 and add 1, and the result would be 15. To get from 15 to 31, we need to multiply 15 by 2 and add 1, and the end result would be 31. And guess what time it is now? It's time to calculate the missing number. To calculate the missing number, you need to multiply 31 by 2 and add 1 to the result, and the end result would be 63. But wait, since you came to online training for everyone to boost your knowledge, can you do me a favor? Can you calculate the next number and post it in comments? I'll give you my feedback, and also to encourage you to practice, I'll give you the answer to this question. The correct answer here is choice B, 63. Tackling this analogy is like opening a bag of chips. Looks full, but don't worry, you will get to the empty bottom soon enough. Keep crunching away. You're presented with the statement, full is to empty, as heavy is to, and then comes the missing word, which you need to determine and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, light, choice B, dense, choice C, weight, and last but not least, choice D, hard. Give yourself some time to eliminate incorrect choices, verify your answers, and let's reconnect on the other side, where your chips are gone, and you can see the empty bottom, and you're ready to reach beyond the ordinary and achieve greatness. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? As you might have guessed, the first step in solving these types of challenges is to eliminate incorrect choices. For example, choice B, dense, is incorrect because it refers to how compact something is, and it is not an antonym to heavy. Choice C, weight, is incorrect because it is related to heavy, but does not fit the analogy structure of the opposites. Choice D, hard, is incorrect because it refers to texture or firmness, but it is not the opposite of heavy. As you might have correctly guessed, to answer this question, you need to find the relationship between the words, where a pair of the words is one of the opposites or antonyms. Full is the opposite of empty, just as heavy is the opposite of light. So the correct answer here is choice A, light. I have to admit, navigating through this question is like following GPS, which constantly says, recalculating. But hey, I keep telling myself I'm not lost. We have each other. I'm just taking a scenic route to the right answer. You're presented with the 3x3 matrix. Each cell in the matrix has numbers. In the first row, the numbers are 11, 17, and 28. In the second row, the numbers are 25, 33, and 46. And in the last, the third row, the numbers are 14, 16, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 17, choice B, 18, choice C, 19, and last but not least, choice D, 21. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? Typically, when you see a matrix, you need to determine how to do calculations with the numbers. In each case, you need to look at the numbers to see if you can recognize calculations between rows and columns. Sometimes, though, there's a caveat. There's a misleading pattern here in the first row. 11 plus 17 does equal 28, but this pattern does not continue. So the actual pattern here is that the middle row number is calculated as sum of top and bottom row numbers. Let's look at the example. Let's start with the first column. 11 plus 14 equals 25. In the second column, 17 plus 16 equals 33. So to calculate the missing number, the math would be 46 minus 28 equals 18. So the correct answer here is choice B, 18. You're presented with 3 circles. Each circle has 4 numbers inside. In the first circle, the numbers are 11, 88, 8, and then 19. In the second circle, the numbers are 23, 92, 4, and 27. And here comes the third circle. It has not 4, but only 2 numbers, and 2 other numbers you need to calculate. The numbers you see on the screen are 65 at 2 o'clock and 18 at 7 o'clock. And there are 2 missing numbers which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 18 and 13. Choice B, combination of 15 and 13. Choice C, combination of 18 and 65. And last but not least, choice D, combination of 5 and 13. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? And I'm pretty sure you figured out that 11 plus 8 equals 19. Well, guess what? Very same trick could be applied to calculate the number 88. In fact, 11 multiplied by 8 equals 88. Let's verify our hypothesis with the second circle. 23 plus 4 equals 27. And 23 multiplied by 4 equals 92. And now is the magic time to calculate the missing number. Since you're smart, you probably will do the calculations which involve additions. Out of 4 possible choices, we need to find the combination that adds to 18. Why 18? Because 18 is the number at 7 o'clock, which is calculated through addition. And the only combination that matches this is 5 and 13. So the correct answer here is choice D, 5 and 13. 5 plus 13 equals 18, and 5 multiplied by 13 equals 65. When I started looking at this question, I realized that attempting to solve it feels like trying to light a match in the wind. Sometimes you get a spark, but most of the time you end up with the metaphoric blown-out candle. You're presented with the equation, which is built with matches. You need to move 1 matchstick to fix this equation, because the way it looks, it's not correct. The current equation is 7 minus 4 equals 5, which is mathematically is not correct. It is very simple equation, and all you need to do is to move just 1 match. And the best thing is whether you're pro or newcomer, I trust you to conquer this challenge. Remember, time is your friend, and a little outside of the box thinking goes a long way. You've got this. Take your time, get creative, and let's crack this puzzle together. The most important consideration here, which makes this problem so challenging, is that moving 1 matchstick changes 2 elements of the equation: source, where you took the matchstick from, and the destination. This is why each move should be carefully considered, taking into account its impact on both the original and new elements within the equation to achieve the desired result. Once you follow the simple tips, you need to ensure that the move aligns with the mathematical rules and creates a valid solution. And the solution here is rather simple. You need to take 1 matchstick from the first digit and move it to the mathematical sign. The correct equation here is 1 plus 4 equals 5. Are you ready for more? Especially now when you know how to solve these types of challenges. Try this question to see how you would do. You need to find the percentage of the number. What is 2% of 200? What is 30% of 60? What is 25% of 100? And what is 50% of 36? Make sure to calculate your answer and select it from choices A, B, C, and D. Post it in comments so I'll give you my feedback. Good luck with this intriguing challenge. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and to pass any test. If the content of this video was helpful, please make sure to click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we will deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description and comments of this video. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials related to this topic. I really appreciate your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become a member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.